Hi, I'm Barbara Bruce, and welcome to Get Out, a weekly virtual broadcast where we invite you to grab the friends and family, your car keys, and fill up the gas tank, and let's get out somewhere in the White Mountains. And today we are out. We're at the White Mountain Nature Center in Lakeside on Woodland Road. And I have board members as well as TRAX members here today. And I am with Jim Snitzer. He is the Vice President of the White Mountain Nature Center, also a council member with the Pinetop Lakeside Council. And Jim, this is one great facility, isn't it?
I'm glad you like it. This is actually my favorite part right here. This is my favorite thing here. This is the Please Touch table. It's a 700-year-old juniper tree, the biggest I've ever seen, and then the kids can actually touch these hides, and if you turn them over, it even tells what animal it's from, and they love this table.
I love that too. And you know, we also have a birdhouse over here, and I think it's for sale.
Yes, it is.
That's good.
We have unique things for sale in our store, and even some of them are out here. So things you can't find anywhere else.
This is a nonprofit, and of course it is run by membership dues, and also there are some partners that work with you to keep this going.
Oh yes, our partners are a big deal here. The TRAX is one of our biggest partners. The town is a huge partner for us. We share events. They just did the Balloon Festival here, and we loaned them our chairs and tables to help make that a success. So we work very closely with several organizations here.
You know, that makes a big difference. Today we have to partner in order to make it. And of course this last year, one of the difficult things has been we had the COVID pandemic, and so everybody is looking for dollars. And membership is one of the ways that people can contribute. I know that there is the individual, there's the family, there's the business, and then there's the sustainable
Yes, we
membership.
have. And then we've had very generous donations. And this last year in particular, we had somebody that donated an RV, a recreational vehicle, and that was a $50,000 donation. And that really saved us. It let us make our way through the COVID crisis. So we appreciate, whether it's a $5 vase or a $50,000 motorhome, we appreciate all of that.
And of course, this place is very important. It is educational. It means so much for our community. And it's on 10 acres.
Yes. And most of what we do for the people that come, the things we do are free. So we raise money, but when kids show up for a program here, there's no charge.
That's fantastic. I love it. Well, this is a good place, and I'm excited. And I would like for us to talk with Mary Ellen Bettdorf. I remember when my years in radio, she was always talking about wanting to do this, and so it's a reality.
Yes, she's one of our guiding spirits.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
And I'm with Mary Ellen Bettdorf. And Mary Ellen, you and I have known each other a long time, and I always talk about dreams. You know, you can have anything you want if you really believe it. And you believed this was going to happen.
I did.
Tell me about your dream.
When I was president of Audubon, for 26 years, and as Pinetop Lakeside started to grow, I could see spaces being taken up with buildings, trees being leveled, and loss of space, open space. And I wanted some place that would preserve open space, have respect for nature and the environment, and be here for the people. And over the years, when we started in 2003, we had nothing. So you can start something with nothing and wind up with a lot, and we have here. And I would like to say that I started it, but the foresight, the hard work of many people has gotten us where we are now. And that's what it takes.
You know, I knew you would say that because most people that start something are usually humble about it. But what it has become today is amazing. Children come in and learn, adults come in and learn. And one thing I want to say, because I know how much you love it, there's turtles here. And
Yes, there are.
this is her big thing, is turtles. She is going to get in here regardless of what the weather is to take care of those turtles, right?
And I have to say, you know, for years I was the bird lady.
Yes.
Now I'm the birdle lady.
I love it. Mary Ellen, you said you didn't do this all by yourself, but, so I know that you had some people on the ground floor with you. Who were those people?
Well, there are two people that are not here today, and they were so influential and so important to where we are. One is Norris Dodd, and whom I love, and John Jarko, who did so much for this organization. He was so forward-looking and willing to, you know, go forward with his ideas, which were great. And I really wish they could be here today because they have been very influential. Diana Butler, Lynette Ingalls, and I were some of the first members of the board. Norris was too. John came on a little bit later on. But, you know, like I say, there's so many people that have been influenced and have helped us do what we're doing today.
You know, thank you for sharing that, because there's a lot of new people in the area,
There are.
and they don't know all the people that have laid the groundwork for all the wonderful things that we have available in the White Mountains.
And there's one other person I'd like to mention, and that's Susan Taggart.
Oh, yes, Susan.
She used to come to Audubon meetings with tiny little baby birds, and every 20 minutes she would feed that little baby bird. But over the years, when people would call me with a baby bird or a rabbit or a squirrel or you know, all kinds of things, she was always there to help with wildlife, and that's what it's all about, is helping with wildlife and keeping them healthy and having them there for the next generation of my grandkids to see and enjoy.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much. And I'm here with Ron Miller, who is a board member and also not just a board member of White Mountain Nature Center, but also TRAX. And he has two TRAX members with him. Hi.
Hello, and yeah, this is Arlene Nelson and Kathy Purvis. So we're all on the TRAX board as well.
You know, you have done some amazing things, and I know that you're having an ecology walk the first Saturday of every month. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, and right now, because of the restrictions on the forest, we're going to be limited to our 10 acres here in the Nature Center, but fortunately this is private land, so we're able to do that. But yeah, we have different walks each month, and we're able to talk about different subjects depending on who the audience is.
This is fantastic, and for everybody that is watching us, I want you to know that we are in monsoon. It's just started, and we're outside, and it's sprinkling, and the temperature is amazing.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really great, isn't it? What's behind us? One of my favorite trees.
Actually, yes, this is a blue spruce, and we have just started a native tree arboretum, but a memorial garden as well. So we planted these trees in memory of some wonderful people who have done so much for the White Mountains and for the Nature Center, for TRAX, that we're all members. And so we planted these trees in their memory, but we also wanted to turn this whole portion into a native arboretum so that people will start learning about the different trees that we're fortunate enough to have in the White Mountains.
That's fantastic. My father was like Yule Gibbons. He could name any tree anywhere, and I love it. But looking around here, because we've got all this acreage, people can get a real education.
They really can. And we encourage them to come out and just to learn on their own, but also come to the many events that are happening here in the Nature Center.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much, Ron.
All right, thank you.
I'm with Jeff Wolf. He is the Director of Wildlife Rehab and also a board member. And I have been over in the rehab facility, and I have seen owls, I have seen other kind of birds. What happens over there?
Well, we are a licensed rehab facility, which means that if we get sick or injured raptors, eagles, hawks, owls, osprey, you've probably seen the kestrel, which is the falcon. people call us, we'll collect them. We will care for them, send them to a vet, make sure they get the care they need, and then release them back where we got them from.
And one of the most exciting things is the release day.
Yeah, it's a little short-lived. Usually it's only about 30 seconds because the birds are like real anxious to get out of there. But yeah, that's your reward for the work that you've done. Sometimes it takes months, and then they're gone in 30 seconds. But it's nice to see them back where they belong. So.
And you know, Jeff, what's really amazing is that 30 seconds that you talk about and they're released. You know what goes behind that. And is anyone ever able to come over and see them when they're in rehab?
Generally not. The whole point of the rehab is to keep them as wild as we can. Indoctrinating them to people is probably not a real good idea. So we try to keep them as wild as they can. Generally, they only see me and the vet until the day that they're released. So it's not a zoo. So.
No, and I'm very glad that you brought that up because a lot of people ask those questions and they don't understand. So since this is an educational place, this is good information.
Oh, yeah, we actually have cameras in the pens. So if you're really interested, we can give you access to that. You can actually see the bird in the pen, you can see the treatment, you can see all of it, except you're just not there in person.
And you just released an owl, I believe, is that correct?
Actually, the last owl we sent down to the valley for feather transplants. A lot of people don't know that exists, but if you, as a person, need a kidney or a lung, they can actually transplant that. For birds, they can actually transplant feathers to where ones are missing or not growing back properly so that they can fly again properly.
That is amazing. And who pays for that?
Well, we do, Liberty Wildlife does. It's all part of the grant programs, a whole bunch of them, so it just depends on which entity you're dealing with. But right now, Liberty Wildlife is taking care of that down in Scottsdale.
Jeff, thank you so much.
Oh, my
this
pleasure.
is great information.
Well, thank you.
And I'm with Larry McCormick, another board member of the White Mountain Nature Center. Larry, what got you involved in the Nature Center?
John Jarko.
Yes.
I attended a festival right around the corner from the building, and we talked for about 2 hours. I kind of blew him off, and next festival he was there starting up on me again. I finally surrendered and decided to volunteer, so here I am.
And what do you love about this?
Well, I'm really involved with Jeff Wolf and Rob Ingalls. We built, for the most part, constructed the Raptor Center, and that's kind of been my push. Now my designated area, now that I'm back working again, is to organize for the festivals, and Jeff's been taking care of that while I was gone. So
This is fantastic. It's a good place and it's a great place for kids and adults, right?
yeah, we're trying to get them involved young, and maybe they'll become involved younger instead of all of us old people around here. So.
I love that. Larry McCormick with the White Mountain Nature Center. And I'm with John Volo. Many of you know John. He has contributed to the community over the years, a lot of years, but right now he is a member of the Tracks Board and also the White Mountain Nature Center.
That's
and you're
correct.
in charge of volunteers.
I try to manage the volunteers that we have. From my background in Parks and Recreation, now I'm doing it here, and assisting with the pollinator garden and all the events that go on here. We have been cut back, obviously, because of the COVID issue, and now we're starting to move back forward and hoping that we have a real positive year here and with events that have an impact on the community.
Well, tell me this, because I know you need volunteers. How do you get them?
All that you need to do is either go to the Nature Center website, or you can come down to the Nature Center on Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday from 10 to 2. Visit with Sally, and she will give you a little piece of paper to fill out, and I will give you a call and get you going.
That's great. Is there an age limit?
Actually, we've had youth groups that have showed up here, as well as individual adults. So there's no age limit. It's just based on what you're willing to do. And for example, the pollinator garden, we're trying to bring it back to life, and and we've had 4-H groups here, and we've had even groups from the valley come up and assist in whatever our needs are.
That's fantastic. So if you want to volunteer, all you have to do is go to the website or come in. I'm at the front door with Sally Justice, and she's the first person you see when you walk in the door, and she's going to show you where everything is. Hi, Sally.
Hi there, how are you today?
Good. You're a
Good.
volunteer here.
Yes. Well, I'm actually like administrative, and so I get like a stipend for all the hours that I put in. So I'm supposed to be here 12 hours a week, but it's probably more like 80.
Didn't I say you were a volunteer?
Yes. I basically am. Yes, you're
You
right.
are. And what are the hours here now?
All right, for the summer?
Yes,
We're
summer.
here Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 o'clock until 2 o'clock.
Wow.
And then, as needed, on special occasions, I come in if we're having a special event but our main hours open to the public are what I said, the Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So we opened on Saturday to try and get more visitors in.
I think that's a good thing because a lot of people are off and we have lots of visitors.
Yes.
And to bring them over here so they can see what is actually here, that's just great.
Yes, I
But-
think it's going to work better for us to,
Oh,
to
I do.
keep these hours.
Yes,
Yeah.
and when people come in, they're asking you all kind of things. What kind of programs are going on here right now?
Exactly. They have, everyone that comes in wants to know what trails to hike, where to eat, what to do. And so I have a calendar of events that I have printed at the front door for them. So we have the reptile program coming up this weekend. Soon we're going to have a kite festival for the kids. We have all sorts of activities with the ecology walks that are going on for Saturday of every month that Ron conducts. And there's always something to see new in the Nature Center. We've got our little bird and turtles and fish, of course. And so I try and give them as much information as possible, keep them informed with hiking maps for the trails. And like I said, it's not unusual for them to say, well, where's a good place to eat? Or, you know, where can I shop? What can I do? So I try and keep up on the activities so I can guide them through that.
Great, and I know there's one other thing I really wanted to mention, and I believe it's your son that does this, am
Yes,
I
he
correct?
does, yes.
He has something wonderful coming up on the 9th of July, and I hope it will become a regular thing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my son is an expert in wilderness, and he was on the Discovery Channel some years back, and he actually won on that because he built a shelter in the wilderness in a week with very minimal tools. Anyway, he talks about medicinal plants. What he will do is he will take people on a hike on the grounds. They will pick plants, and he will then bring them back and show them how to turn these into medicines. All of the things that are natural out here that are growing for coughs, for congestion, any number of things, mostly teas that they do or salves that they can make. So he will be doing that as well as identifying different trees. He also does survival classes. So he teaches recently the children how to survive if they get lost. He teaches what he calls the circle of safety so they don't stray off. He teaches them to stay very close to where you're lost and take rocks and build like a circle of safety. He teaches them what you should have in your backpack. Never go camping without a backpack, without a survival blanket, a water filter, you know, the paraphernalia that you need. He's got a kit called 5 Alive, but he goes into that. So anyway, it all fits in very well with the Nature Center, what we do here.
It's
So,
perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I want to go.
Okay, well, come. You're invited.
Thank you
I will
so
tell
much.
him you can come for free.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
yes,
you.
Absolutely.
And you know, Sally, one of the things I want people to know is that they can come here those 3 days that you're open. They can sign up, they can become a member, they can volunteer, or they can just visit.
Absolutely. We encourage volunteers and definitely encourage members. We, as you know, are a nonprofit, and so we operate on donations and memberships. So, and our fundraisers.
And I'm proud to say that I am a member of the
I
White Mountain
know you
Nature
are,
Center.
and we're happy to have you.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us. We want you to check out their website and find out more about it, or better still, come on over.
Come over and see us.